Hello, good people, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please forgive my clothes in the back. I have not folded them yet. Probably not going to because I move in like a week and 5 days. So, whatever the case may be, just thank you guys for being here. So please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell and the share button. And we go ahead and get into this video of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 2, Episode 3, Fishing for the Truth. I'm probably going to have a moment on Twitter at some point today because I said something, not anything derogatory or mean, but I have a feeling that some people may not like it, and I'm going to say it in this video so y'all will see it. So if y'all don't like it, let me know. But anyway, we start with Heather. She's at her beauty shop medical facility thing. And she's discussing a new office. So her business has doubled since COVID because everyone is on Zoom calls and they're basically having to look at themselves. I don't know how many of you all do Zoom calls, but I know sometimes in the beginning I had to take my face off the thing or turn my screen off so I wouldn't look at myself, because as a psychologist I have to look directly at the screen at the person, because I don't want them saying that I'm looking over here, like eyes over there. It's trying to make sure I'm streamlined. But congratulations to Heather and her business like doubling. Like, that makes sense. One thing people don't like is flaws, so they go get them fixed if they can. So hey, she's in a great business. But she's on the phone talking to Whitney about Jen and how the situation kind of went and ended, and all the good stuff. So it was cool. She almost looked like she wanted to lick Whitney's titties. I don't even like girls now. I probably would have licked Whitney's titties. Oh well. Jen meets up with some lady named Carrie and Lisa, and they go snow going. So it's like riding snow bikes in a sense down little hills and stuff. It looked cute. It looked fun. But then we see Lisa and Jen discuss basically life and what it's been like with Sharif around the house, and him always wanting to do stuff, and how I think Lisa's husband name is Michael, how he always wants to do stuff, and how it's gonna be different with him getting ready to get back on the road and stuff like that. And then Jen discusses a venture outing for the girls and how she invited everyone. So I will say, hey, good job, Jen. You invited everybody. That's a good thing. Nothing bad there. You can only extend an invitation. So good deal. So then we see Mary and her son, and they're out having lunch. And she was like, had to remind him to bless his food. Yeah, I have a feeling that, especially with a lot of stuff that's going on now, people are questioning things a little bit more. Now, this is why I say that. I remember when I was younger going to church, it'd be like, oh, well, why we have to do that? Or why I say that? Why I say that? And it's like, you don't question God. You don't question the preacher. That's wrong. You don't do that. You don't do that. So it's like questioning the preacher, what the preacher said in church was you questioning God, and it was wrong. Now it's kind of like, people are like, who cares? I'm gonna say what I want. And this is my thing. I don't think it's a bad thing at all, honestly. I think research came out that there are actually more books kind of the Bible that were written at the same time period that discusses Jesus, or as some would say, his actual name was Yahweh, and all this stuff. But because the letter J was not in Hebrew language at the time. Anyway, all this kind of stuff. All this. Anyway. So they say that there are more books out there that were not included in the Bible, and some people question, well, why were they not in the Bible? Then I like to go, I like to listen to pastors and stuff who went and got their doctorate degree, because a lot of them had to study the other languages like Hebrew and stuff like that, and they have a different take on what the Bible says than what it says in the English text. It's a whole different thing. So Mary, your son probably not gonna follow any footsteps. Yeah, that is what it is. So Mary basically asked him did he want to move out and how he was going to care for himself, and that he can't move out until he's able to take care of himself. I mean, I almost wonder what she's doing to encourage him. I guess he graduated high school. He's 18. I would want to know, like, what is his passion? What is she encouraging him to do? Like, does he have a passion? Excuse me. How's he getting himself into that? But it seems that Mary's pushing him to go to the army because his dad went to the army, and he's like, I don't think I want to do that. And she's like, he's going. Excuse me, y'all. Ooh, sorry. I be doing this little hiccup thing. I apologize. But she's like, he's going to the army. He's going. He's going. I'm just kind of like, that's, you're not listening to your child. He obviously don't want to go. He just don't want to say it because you're sitting in his face. He doesn't want to go to the army. And don't get it wrong, I have no qualms with the Army. I worked with the VA. I've worked with all branches of the military through the VA. One thing that was common was that they take care of you while you're in, but the moment you leave, people feel like they're thrown away. I wouldn't say force him to go if he don't want to go. I think what she needs to do is try to figure out or work with him on discovering his passion if he don't know what it is already, and encourage him to go that route so he can be happy in life, taking care of himself. But anyway, we end up at Jenny's house, so she's with her kids, and they're doing a project together. And this is real cute. I think they call it elephant paste or something like that. So they do that every Saturday, which I think is real good. It's nice to have traditions in family. So she's talking to her husband, and he's talking about how he wants more kids. And this was very infuriating because her husband is very insensitive. And don't get it wrong, I understand that he's battling probably more than likely that cultural aspect and his desires, but you're not paying attention to what your wife experienced. That's my biggest issue. This beautiful woman experienced 9 miscarriages. 9. And had to have 3 C-sections, and her doctor said to her that it would be dangerous for her to have more children. Y'all youngest is 8. I think the little girl is 8 or 9. Who wants to have more kids after the kids get all the way up there? Why would you? Why? Look, I don't know why parents do that to themselves on purpose, the ones that do. But obviously your wife does not want any more children. You have 3. Be happy with the 3 that you got. Like, just like let it go. Like, I think, for him to completely disregard his wife's experience is very selfish. And I know that there's some people who's just saying, like, I read some comments, but some people's like, it takes 2 people to have a marriage. Like, you have to consider his feelings too. Yes, she does have to consider his feelings. Don't get it wrong. The man definitely has an emotional response to the miscarriages. It's not as extreme as the woman's response, because she actually had to carry the child. A lot of time when women have miscarriages, they doubt their ability in a sense as a woman. Sometimes they're just kind of like, I'm struggling to do the thing that I should be able to do, which is have children. And that's not all women, that's some. And so, I think he needs to be more grateful of the 3 kids that he do have. I don't know how old Jenny is, but she I think she made the comment that she's too old to be doing this. So I'm going to make the assumption that she must be in her early 40s, late 30s, early 40s. That's going to be my assumption. I know her oldest is 15. Her oldest is 15. So I don't even know when she had him, probably in her 20s maybe, or yeah, probably in her 20s. Like, she got to be late 30s, super early 40 maybe, So I understand the idea of having someone like a carrier, but that's a lot of money too. I think that costs like $90,000 or something like that. Like, come on, man. Like, be grateful. Anyway, so we end up now at Heather's house again, and she's with her oldest, and she's talking to her 3 kids, and her oldest is getting ready to go to college, and she doesn't believe that she want to go back to the Mormon faith. She was like, she's good. Then the middle daughter says she's more spiritual, and the youngest says she wants to return to the Mormon faith. So that's very interesting to see. I'm pretty sure some of that struggle is the fact that, when their mom got divorced from the dad, which I think this sucks. One thing that sucks is when I tell you the world loves to punish the woman, man. She divorced him, they kick her out the Mormon faith, but let him stay. I'm telling you, that's honestly why a lot of people, especially a lot of women and a lot of younger individuals, question the Bible now, because it's always in service of the man, mainly. The woman is the man's helpmate. Everything is kind of like in service to the man, who then serves God. So a lot of people question the fact that There's no kind of true like I guess prioritizing of the woman in a sense. I know if I'm not mistaken, like I think when a woman is on her period when she's not clean, because I think that's what it says in the Bible when she's not clean, that the man ain't even supposed to be in the same house with her. So it's kind of like it's that's why there's a lot of questioning that goes on. But anyway, um, so we go to Meredith, and Meredith and Brooke are over here doing. Meredith has a store, and she does like this. I don't want to call it a secret shopper, but like this little small thing where she invites friends over to buy couture clothes. Mary comes, and y'all, this right here is what ticks me off. Meredith says that Mary and Brooks had become friends because of Jen's commentary towards both of them. Brooks is 22 when they shot this. I'm gonna tell you what I was doing at 22. At 22, I had just graduated from undergrad, went on to grad school, made friends, well, more friends. Brooks is 22, and he's up under his mom. They need to literally break apart, and I'm not saying that in a bad way, but Brooks needs to grow up. When I tell you, it frustrates me to see Brooke on the screen, and not because I have an issue towards him or anything like that, but the simple fact that, and Meredith said this later on, that's a 22-year-old child. He's not a child, he's a grown man. But whatever. For this 22-year-old man, I'm saying a man, to be sitting there cackling with your mom and her friends, but then the moment you are so disturbed by something that probably wouldn't even bother her when she's with her friends alone, for you to be so disturbed and now her to be so perturbed and all up in her feelings about the fact that you said whatever and they responded to you, that bothers me. He needs to go somewhere. They need clear, like, individuation. Like, Brooks is grown. Brooks needs some friends. Like, where his friends at? I swear she said he went to college, but he, like, I think took a leap year or something, a gap year. I'm sorry, was taking a gap year. Why is he not, like, he needs to go somewhere. He needs to make some friends. But I don't know much about him. I'm not gonna diagnose him. Maybe he's awkward socially. But usually I've seen awkward social people find other awkward social people, and they have an awkward social group. Like, like, it's just like I'm gonna move on forward because I cannot handle these moments here, especially when she's tripping about her grown son being spoken to or spoken about whenever he's inserting himself in her friend's business. And don't get it wrong, I don't condone what Jen said to the boy. I don't even think she said anything to the boy. Anyway, then Mary want to release herself on their couch in front of them, talking about she needs silence. That's very tacky, Mary. Very tacky. You should have got up and excused yourself to go to the bathroom. You're sitting there for moments. Like, that's what she was there for. Mary was there for a moment, and she decided to do that and just that. No, that is absolutely disgusting, and you know it. That was just tacky. That was tacky. Whatever. Anyway, so they go for ice fishing. And I said, Lord have mercy, this woman called herself, she is Zen Jen. I said, Jesus Christ, honey, we on Potomac, we got a Zen win, and now over here we got Zen Jen. Jesus. Lisa, Jeannie, and Heather are the only ones that's really kind of doing a lot of the fishing, but they're exciting. It looked kind of fun. It looked like it would have been really cold, but I like to dress for winter. It looked fun. So Meredith comes, finally, and Jen is acting all scary and stuff. I'm like, Jen, like, calm down, girl. Just whatever. Have the conversation with the woman. Call it a day. Anyway, let's get on down to the meat and the potatoes of it all. They're talking. Meredith, I don't know, I almost call her Lisa. Lisa and Meredith look just like they could be twins, but whatever. Jen lets Meredith know, hey, I'm happy that you came. Meredith lets Jen know, You know, I almost wasn't coming, but I decided let me handle this in person. Meredith tells her like, one thing I said was that someone coming at my family we're not friends, which she did make the statement. And Jen said she remembered, and Jen was like, basically, when did I come at your family? And Meredith was like, the tweets you've been liking and tweets and stuff. And Jen was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Jen says that she had someone else running her Twitter. We also found out that Jeannie and Meredith and them had someone running their Twitter as well. Meredith, anyway, so Meredith got upset when Jen said, that's not me, I didn't like it. Let's be clear, Jen, it's not you, but it's a representation of you because it's on your page. Now, if you knew about it, is a different story. Now, to say, if you would say to Meredith, oh, I didn't know about that, let me talk to the person who did it, I didn't know that they liked that stuff, that's one thing. So you have to take some ownership in that, Jen. Like, you have to. And that's one thing Jen struggles with doing, is taking ownership. She likes to then bring it around somehow on her. But anyway, so Meredith walks away. She's storming away and doing all this hollering and screaming and whatever. And she says, a woman discussing my son sexuality without him even deciding it. Girl, yes he has. He is 22. He already know what it is. I don't even know why he trying to act like he don't, because we do. But so then Meredith says, saying that he hasn't seen a vagina, like, that's very homophobic. You have to let me know that you don't condone homophobia. So I want to stop, pause, and tell you all what these things are. So we have this thing that's called homophobia and homophobic comments, and then we have heterosexism. Homophobia is not what that is. Homophobia is legit a fear of gay people. Hence the word phobia on the end. A phobia is a fear, right? Yeah, we all know that. A phobia is a fear. Homophobia is a fear of homosexuals. I get tired of hearing people talk about, oh, that is homophobic. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's heterosexist. Heterosexism, or being heterosexist, is whenever one is like being demeaning, derogatory, mean, negative, put down towards a gay person. You're heterosexist because you say negative things about gay people. When you are truly afraid of a gay person, that's homophobia. That's you like shuttering yourself in space, like closing up in space, trying to run away from and all this stuff from a gay person because you're scared. That's homophobia. Okay? Heterosexism is when you can stand there and say negative, stupid, nasty stuff about people. So the comments she liked were very heterosexist comments, or the comments that were liked are very heterosexist, but it's not homophobic. I really hope somebody learned something today. Yeah, that's basically it. That was that. So, anyway, that's Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I hope you guys like it. Excuse me, I hope y'all like this review. I'm looking forward to the comments. Let me know if y'all feel differently than I do. That's perfectly fine. I do not like Brooks on my screen. But anyway, y'all have a good day, and I wish you all well. Bye bye.